My Verdant Ride friends, I am heading down for a ride, and I wanted to have a conversation with you, mostly to report some very good news. So at least I think it's very good news. I updated the new software, the new firmware, into all my Lift 5 and my Lift X gear, and it's fantastic. The whole upgrade experience was really good and pretty fast. And after it loaded, every single thing is snappier. Powering up the remote is faster. Switching between all the screens is faster. So I'm going to go over. This used to be super laggy, but I'm going to go over here. Click. I'm going to go up, up, up. Look at that. Super snappy. I'm going to go here. Everything about it is snappy. And I will also say that the app has been greatly improved. Last year, I made a video for Lyft and really just kind of complained about everything that didn't make sense about the app. Mostly it was user interface stuff. It was feedback. It didn't tell you, the user, whether or not it had completed an upload. It didn't have like that exit screen. It's like, hey, you're good. You can go about your day now. So a lot of users just I was one of them. I just kept doing it. I was talking to Nick, and he was, man, I have so much to do. I got to go through that app and like mark out everything that's wrong, what needs to change, everything. And so I just said, dude, I can do this. I do this all the time. My job, I've got a handle on it. I can do it. So I did that for him. I wrote up everything that was wrong, and then I wrote user stories. It's like, here's what should happen. Here's what the user experience should be. I did get a call from their dev team that was very thankful to get the video and the instructions. And what I'm just really happy to report is that they really did fix everything. And whether or not I was a part of it, for all I know, they threw away the video and all my notes and all my user stories. Maybe they did. I'm just saying a lot of what I asked for, a lot of what I pointed out there have been improved and included, and mostly the way that I had specified that it would be better. I'm just really, really happy about it because like all the gear works better. I swear, even the battery, when you put it in the board and you power it up, I swear even that part is snappier, is faster. Like it just gets to the ride sooner. Nice work. All the people, all the engineers, all the developers that worked on this, and you really improved it. It's a much better user experience. It feels better. And I know that these are mostly quality of life things, but they kind of matter, and they kind of matter a lot. It matters how this stuff feels in your hand and how quickly it reacts when you interact with it. And I'm very happy about that because I think that I, like a lot of people, like, man, I don't update unless I feel like I really need to. I gotta say, like right now, feels like maybe for the first time, the eFoils, they have fully made it out of their early adopter phase, I think. I feel like their reliability is really rock solid, man. I used to hear about so many problems people are having, especially battery problems, a year ago. And I have heard from really two audience members that have had problems that weren't quickly resolved just through this tech support. One of those actually evaporated when I asked for show me all your logs and everything. I never got that person. They disappeared. The other person was showed me what they had going on, and he had kind of a funky issue where that ESC go bad for some reason. And they replaced it, and then it had another issue. And I'm not sure what the resolution is for that. I took a look at everything, and Lyft did respond, and they do have a plan in action, and they are having him send in his old electronic speed controller so they can figure out what's going on with it, which is good because they never used to take gear from customers. They just ship out parts, and it always kind of made you feel like, well, if it didn't fix it the first time, then it feels kind of like, you're kind of stuck in a loop with lifting. You're stuck on the beach. I'm going to keep an eye on that one and just make sure that one gets resolved. I'm sure it will. It's always super unfortunate when someone buys a board and, it's got a problem. I gotta say, I really empathize with those riders. I know what that feels like. I have a pretty short season here in Minnesota, so every day is extremely precious to me to get out and ride. And so I get that. But the thing is, I also know that Nick really gets that. I'm going to be interviewing Nick soon, and what I'm really happy about is that everything that Nick said when I interviewed him last year, I really feel like Nick made good on it. He knew that there were problems. He knew that Lyft had made mistakes. He promised to do better. And I really feel like, really honestly, for the most part, he really has. They've put in a lot of advancements at Lyft, a lot of systems in place to improve their efficiency and improve their data gathering and their communications and everything. And I'm really happy about it. I'm happy for the customers. I'm happy for everyone at Lyft. Their customers deserve to get great products. And I think that Lyft, one thing I could say about Lyft, other than the fact they have the smoothest wings and the best wings in the business, is Nick is extremely passionate about eFoiling. And I would argue more so than anyone who's leading any other eFoil company. And I feel that when I ride the board, I can feel it. I can feel it in the wings. I can tell that someone who really, really cared designed the ride that I'm on and the experience that I'm getting. And that to me is incredibly valuable. That to me is rare and it is important. I've used products where I could feel the creator in them before. The first time I used a Macintosh, it felt like that. And I didn't even know the backstory or anything, but I could just tell someone really, really, really was obsessive about the experience that I and all the other users of that computer were getting. I think it's pretty common that a lot of founders of companies are passionate about what they make. I think it's pretty rare when the right elements come together and the tenacity is applied to the point where that passion makes it into the end product. And I really do feel it the most with the Lyft X. I think I really get a sense of that was a board made to do something for Nick that he really, really loves to do, something he's incredibly passionate about. And I've never ridden anything like it. It's so light and it's so agile and it's so responsive and powerful. And I mean, it is not a first timer's board. It is so reliant on your finesse when you ride it that you need to have, in a way, mastered flying a wing under your feet to really feel good on that board. And when you have earned it, it is very rewarding to ride. So that is my full-on report of what I have noticed when I updated the software. What I'm noticing with the gear, it really has gotten to a point where it is, everything I can tell about it is at least incredibly reliable. It is incredibly well-tuned, refined, and it rides so well. I mean, honestly, in a lot of ways, their boards always rode well, but I think that they're maybe getting to that place where they're putting the polish on it that even I didn't realize was lacking. I just, every time I go out on this board, on these boards, I get locked into a zen and a ride, and sometimes I'm in the mood to go fast, and they do. I have had rides where I've spent a lot of it at like 28 miles an hour, and the board just keeps up with me, and I can just push it that well. It does seem to max out at about 31.2 miles an hour with my body weight, and Charlie can push it to about 32 miles an hour according to Garmin. And then we start to feel a sputter. So I'm going to ask Nick about this. If there's like a governing device on there that's like stopping the RPMs at a certain point, because I wouldn't mind if they could go a little bit faster. I mean, you know, the better you get on these boards and the more that they feel like an extension of you, the more confident you are on them. And that means that you can push them further. But when you get that speed up, man, there are days when I just go out there and I just confidently throw my body out and like I just trust that board's going to scoop around and not drop me in the water and then do it on the other side. And man, it is that deep powder top feel. It's fresh. It's so good. So good. And I want to stop talking about it because I want to go do it. And I'm gonna. So see you on the next one.